Well, good day, viewers, and here we are at Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood again today. And today we're going to be working on the case 224 again. And it's Put the Mower Deck On episode. So we'll see how far we get with that today. It's a little difficult to do, and it's a little difficult for me to remember how to do it. And I still got to find some of the parts yet. So that could be a problem. Anyway, once I get at it, it shouldn't take too long, really. But anyway, it is all on the floor, so that means this poor old fella's got to get down to the floor, which isn't easy. And getting back up is even worse, so there you go. Anyway, we'll get underway here, and I'll show you what's going to go on. I won't be able to show you really everything that I do, because a lot of it is going to be underneath the tractor, so it's just going to be, I'll just kind of tell you how I do it, I guess. So, and of course, some of the parts on the tractor and on the mowing deck are not original parts, so it's been fixed up and fixed up and fixed up over over the years. You know, it is 50 years old, so you take crashing and banging for that amount of time. Things break and people fix stuff up, and that's the way it is. All right, enough goings on and foolishness, so I'll get to what I'm supposed to be doing here. All right, so there's the deck I'm going to be wrestling there this afternoon. So I have to get it down to the floor and then get it slid underneath that tractor. They have to do musical tractors here, move the MF12 out and kablooey, just to have some extra room here, because the tractor's got to kind of sit there, and then the mowing deck is kind of got to sit here to give room to get the two of them together at the first, to get it slid underneath the tractor. So anyway, it kind of looks like open air adventure firewood. I'm going to have to move your spot, Kenny. I'll have to find a new place for you. So there we go. And the way I'm burning wood, I might have to burn that wood yet. Jumping, still wood burning days. All right, give a quick little weather update here, and we'll try and get at it and get going today. So it's reasonably nice out. It's cloudy. You get the odd little bit of blue sky, and it's kind of, the wind might have gone down a little bit, but it's not real warm, but it's not too bad, I guess. And we'll do an update here. Maybe. Yeah, well, while that's trying to think of what to do, I'll go over here and show you this over here for a minute. Yeah, so there's some of the stuff I got to find. This here. And it looks like I've got the belt tied to it or with it, so that I know where that is. So that's a good thing. So this slips in underneath the tractor. Where does it go? Yeah, that's right. It's kind of the same as the snowblower. It's got these two slots here. There's one here and one over on the other side. So those slide over the pins that are underneath there, just like the snowblower hookup did. And then these two holes here are where those spring-loaded shafts go into, and then it's on. So that's and it's got it's got a spring-loaded adjuster here. I heard to show you, I guess. Get things out of the way. Yeah, there's a spring-loaded adjuster there for belt tension, and that's done by this handle on the front. So it's a pretty simple system too, but I did have a bit of trouble with it last year or the year before. No, last year I guess it was. Going through belts. 2 years ago, I guess. I was going through belts. And I couldn't figure out what was what. And I don't know if it was last year or the year before. But anyway, the belt started flipping on the pulley too. So I had an off time trying to figure that out. And I had to get different length of belt to make it work. And while I was adjusting here for the tension, this pulley here didn't line up with the motor pulley up here. This pulley on the bottom here was back a little bit, which was causing the belt to flip on the motor pulley. So, well, I had some kind of a job trying to figure that out. And how I figured it out was quite a bit of help, as I took a slow motion video of it to see what it was doing, and that gave me enough information to kind of go to that pulley over there to see what was what. So anyway, finally got it figured out, and it worked good after that, I guess. So hard to say what'll happen this year. The things that happen at Knowles Garden Tractors and Firewood. So let's see if we're up to date here on. We get her up to date here now, maybe. Okay, there we go. What's today? Thursday the 17th. Look at that. It's over half the month gone already. It was garbage can day today. And the wife said to me this morning, it's garbage can day. And I said, garbage can day? It was just garbage can day yesterday. I said, holy cats, that just seems like I just did that. Anyway, holy jumpers, I'm telling you, the days are going so fast, it's just jumpers, I'm telling you. So anyway, today was black cart day, and last week was green cart day, so if you miss your time, then you got to wait 2 weeks before you can get another one out. So anyway, I don't know why I just don't throw stuff out in the woods like we did years ago. But anyway, so okay, I'm kind of getting off track here. But that's what my uncle, my aunt did that for years over where at my son's place there, the other house that's there where my sister-in-law lives. She bought that house from my aunt and my uncle. So that house had a Kemac oil stove in it, so you could burn oil or wood in it. So the garbage disposal system at that house at that time years ago was burn everything. The things you couldn't burn, you threw them out in the woods. That was the way it was done. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm getting way off track here. All right, 8 degrees at the moment. And 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind is at 28 miles an hour, so it's kind of moving along fairly well. And 45 kilometers an hour. So we're at our high for the day, I guess, from that. 8 degrees. And chance of showers. Haven't seen any showers yet today. But anyway, tomorrow's 8 degrees and mainly sunny. And Friday or Saturday's 9 and showers. And Sunday is 10 and showers. Mix of sun and cloud Monday and Tuesday, 8 degrees and 9 degrees. And then back to showers on Wednesday, 8 degrees. So still cool. There's a -1 temperature and a -1 temperature, so they're kind of slowly gaining, but not by a whole lot, the temperatures, I don't think. Anyway, this is the Easter weekend, so there you go. All right, let's see if we can get on to to something that I'm supposed to be doing here instead of going on foolish like I normally do. I'll get back to you. All right, so while I'm here doing this, I might as well sit here and see if I can figure this out. Okay, so these bolts here look like they're loose, but they're not now that I try that. It looked like I had to take them out for some reason, but I don't think I have to. And those are, somebody made those bolts to go in here. What they do is they bottom out. So, for whatever reason. So, what happened there, who knows? So, the piece that I put in the front of the tractor, which is right there, these two bolts bolt into that, and that has to go that way, and there's a little spacer that's in here. You can't see it, but maybe I can see it here. No, I don't think. But anyway, there's a little spacer in there somewhere. Yeah, right there. That right there is the spacer. So I did that for some unknown reason, just to tighten it up, I think, more than anything. When I got it, it was on the tractor, but I found it kind of wobbly and loose, I guess. So I don't know if I changed all the bolts and stuff here, and I made them spacers to fit the holes better so that there wasn't as much wobble. Anyway, we got to get that front piece on first, I would say, and then those two bolts got to go into that bracket up there that I showed you. And these two clips, there's two pieces of the lift system on the tractor that come down and hook onto here, and then you just put the pin on to keep it from falling off. And not sure about that, whether that, I think that stays there, yeah. And the pin goes on the outside. The washer's on the inside and the pin is on the outside. So that's how that hooks up. And I don't normally do anything with the back piece here. That's for adjustment for, I think, I'm not sure if it's a leveling from side to side or from picking it up from front to back. I can't remember what that adjustment is for. Anyway, I don't touch that, so that's got nothing to do with taking the deck on and off the tractor. So what I am curious about once we get this thing going is it's going to be, holy cats, was not even hardly a noise out of that. Before, when you did that, it was noisy. Because if you might remember, I put all new bearings in this one, and then I didn't think I needed them for the other two, this one and that one, but the more I got looking at it, the worse it was, I guess. So I put bearings in those two, this one, and I think this is the one where I fixed the shaft. I had to build up the shaft and then grind it down to make it fit the bearing. So yeah, that's some nice, holy cats, that's quiet. Yeah, oh, and I put a bigger pulley on here too, to tighten up the belt a bit. Give it more tension on the spring here. So it should work really nice here this year, hopefully. Yeah, never know. All right. I got to get to be playing musical tractors here because time is moving along, I guess. So I'll get back to you after a bit. All right, so the mule drive thing here is what they call that, I guess. So I'm going to try and put some grease into the bearings with that. That's a great little tool. That has helped me out a lot. You can't always get grease in, but I'd say out of the 100 times that I've used it, let's say, it's probably worked 75 times out of 100. And makes a big difference in getting grease into those things. So if I can show you here, I can't show you how I'm doing it, but I can show you what I'm going to do, I think. So you would take that and squeeze it in through the rubber or the seal at the edge of where the bearings are, and then squeeze the grease into the bearing. Same thing on this one. Get right in there somewhere. Anyway, I can't show you me doing that. It's just too hard to do two. I need both hands. I need really 3 hands to operate this thing. So I'll try and show you here what I'm up to. I've got the needle in through the seal there and where the bearings are, because I must have done this before because there was a little spot already there. So I'm going to give the hand a little squeeze here, and we'll see what happens. Not easy to do. There, it's coming out there now. And sometimes it may fall out on you too, I guess, but try it again. Anyway, it's going somewhere, so as far as I'm concerned, it's got some in there. Yeah, I'm going to set that down so it doesn't go over everything. Yeah, I can tell by the feel of it that it's good in there. All right, so I'll shut this off again here for a few minutes. Okay, we got the other one done now. Now, as you can see from this thing, this part here is a fairly long needle. It's at least 2 inches long and very sharp at the end. That has a V cut on it on that angle, so it can wiggle its way into places. So what I try and do when I'm taking them apart or putting them together is use something other than my hand to grab a hold of it. Trying to do this and watch the camera and watch this here. It's not easy. Okay, there we go. So I usually try and grab a hold of something like that or whatever you want to use to put it in and take it out, because it gets in there pretty very tight and it's not easy to get out. So there. Anyway, that's the safest way I've found to get them in and out. Look at that thing, boy. If you ever get jabbed with that thing, it'll go right through your hand. Great tool, but you got to be careful with it. All right, we got the mule drive bracket in. Say it's just a matter of sliding it in onto the 2 studs that are in there, and then dropping those 2 pins into place. Where are we at here? There we go. Yeah. So now my problem is, but I can't remember, do I got to get that underneath, but do I hook that up to the mule drive while the mule drive is installed, or do we put that underneath and then hook the mule drive to the deck and then put the mule drive into the tractor? That's what I can't remember. So on we go. So the air could be blue, so I'm going to have to shut you off for a while. All right, we're getting there. We're probably we're getting on to the 2-hour mark already. So okay. So anyway, you can see pry bars and things like that, and wrenches. And one thing is way over there on the floor. I don't know how it got down that far, but I just see something that I better get out before I do something wrong and turn the deck on in here for some odd reason. Wouldn't that have been nice to have in there and turn the deck on? I was using that to help get that bolt in there. You can see that bolt right down in there. So I had to lift the deck up to get that bolt in. The concrete's not soft either. It'd be nice if I was thinking I was down there laying on it, it'd be nice if they could make some soft flooring of some sort. Yeah. And anyway, and so yeah, so I got that bolt in, and you can't see it here, I guess. No. Anyway, I got this side in too. So the next step is to get these hangers hooked up. There's one on either side. The hanger goes down to that pin down there, and the what do you call that? I'll call it a clip, I guess. I don't don't know what it's called. But take that clip out, put that hanger that's hanging down on that stud, and put the clip back in. You have to do that on both sides. And there you can kind of see that other bolt down there. It's kind of the clean threads on it there. Not focusing in on that. Yeah, well, anyway, it's in there, so. Holy cats. Oh, you almost need go-go gadget arms, and you need 3 of them. Oh, jumpers. Whew. So now, I probably got to get the adjustment wheels up. I have it down in the lowest position, so I'll put them in the up position, hopefully. Probably have to turn the tractor on and put the lift hydraulics down in the lowest position. And maybe still have to lift by hand the outer edge of the deck to lift it up to get it into place onto that hanger onto that stud. So once those 2 things are done, then it's onto the belt. So another half an hour yet before I'm kind of done with this thing. Anyway, we're moving along like a herd of girdles, that's for sure. All right, the switch is off again now for a few minutes, and we'll see how the next step goes. All right, there she is all together. The hangers are on, the belt is on. I adjusted the belt to where I think it should be. I'll have to do a little adjustment maybe after it's running for a little while. But anyway, I did turn the blades over in the direction that they're supposed to go twice, and the belt fit or didn't flip or didn't do anything screwy. It didn't come off, so I'd say we're good to cut grass. But I know Ronaldo is coming, so I'll get him to cut it. Anyway, now she's all ready there. I'm not going to take it out today and try it, because I just had enough for today. My poor old skin that's been squished on the concrete towards my bones is sore, and it's time to be enough of that for today. That's getting on to almost 3 hours. Not quite 3 hours. It's a good 2.5 anyway. Not necessarily all on the floor, but just getting things ready and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, 2 people would be easier, that's for sure. Anyway, well, that's one ready to cut grass anyway. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be nice and quiet this year. See, with the new bearings in the deck, she should be quiet. Anyway, I'll get it out someday, and I'll do a video on that and get it on and let you hear it. And I have a video from last year that I'll compare it to. I can probably do the same sort of video. I can travel the same way, and you can listen to it, I guess, and you'll be able to watch the other video and watch the new one and see what the difference is in sound. So that's good. So one done, many to go yet. And that's one of them. That's going to be, oh boy. I thought this one was hard to do. Yes, sirree. That's going to be a challenge, that one. That's even more of a 2-person job, that one. Taking that blower off and putting the deck on. But the deck on it is 50 inches wide. And it's a heavy, heavy, heavy deck. Anyway, thankfully I got a son that can help, that's for sure. All right, so that's going to be good for today. I took my case hat off because I didn't want to get it dirty because I was rolling around on the floor. And we'll chat again soon. I think tomorrow I'm going to my son's, and tomorrow is summer tire putting on and winter tire coming off day, I think. This is what I was told. So most of all that stuff they're all on wheels, so it's just a matter of getting the wheels off and put wheels on, and he has a hoist there, so that makes it easier. And I usually help him with all that, so what help I am or hindrance, I don't know, but anyway. All right, that's enough rambling and going on foolish like I normally do. So have a great day wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, and we'll chat again at some point.